Okay, so here we go. It's starting right now. I got to give you a little update. That's kind of an insane thing right now. As we were unloading the trailer for the excavator, the old neighbor, the guy that used to own this place, who I'm allowing to stay in the house, but he's already moved out, change of address, he's not even there. He freaked out and drove here from Trenton or someplace. And as soon as he got out of the truck, started shooting a weapon up in the air. So I had to call the deputies. So the deputies are on their way, and y'all just, it's just a crazy situation. That there's Robbie. He's a crazy man. Yeah. Very talented. Demolition monster. Look at that. He's smooth. Smooth. So one of the things we were concerned about is all the stumps and what we would do to clear this path. This is the entryway for the RVs, and I have all these stumps, and how am I going to get it out? Not a problem. Gale captured the last part of the encounter with the sheriffs. They showed up and escorted the man off of our property, and at the very end here you can hear him give Gale a sarcastic God bless, and she returned it maybe a little bit more meaningful. So kind of a cool thing, I just dropped my first tree. Jace has always cut all the rest of them, and they are sitting here, and Jesse taught me how to do it, and I didn't do a very good job, but I did it. And when I was finished, I was so excited that I forgot to let go, and I cut my leg. So put a blade right through there and a little bleeding right there, but no big deal. Little blood never hurt nobody. So this is Jesse, and he is Jace's son and has been just a huge blessing to us. You might remember him from the last video where he talked about what needed to be done in the back, and boy was he ever correct. I thought this video was really interesting or powerful to show you just how big these trees were. Jesse's a big guy, and you see he's just dwarfed inside that tree, cutting it piece by piece so it can be lifted out of there. I was glad to get a few videos to show just how amazing my wife is and how much she works, her work ethic. She pretty much outworked every one of us guys. She's strong and just driven. I love her so much. So I'm not sure if you can see them, but Jace was clearing that out, and he hit a huge beehive. And he got stung about 100 times. It ran over into his pool, jumped in the water, and his hands and face was all swelled up. So this whole tree is rotten. And if you go look all the way at the top, it's actually at the very top completely rotted out. And from the roots all the way down. So now we take it out. Oh man. Oh my word. So when he does that, he drops it a few times so it gets all the dirt out of it, so it's easier to burn. You know how heavy that tree is right there? So he's popping it up and down to get all the dirt off. So this is after day 2 with the big boy. And you can see that the whole entrance is gone. All those bricks are right there in a pile. Pulled out every stump, even stumps we didn't know were there deep down in the ground. Pull those all out so that we can not have anything come up later. This whole driveway, all you could do is fit in where these paths, that's the only way that you could get in. Now you can see how wide it is from there to there. And one of the things he's gonna do is get a culvert, extend the culvert out 10 feet, especially this way, so the culvert will be extended out, put dirt over that, so that people can turn in from here or on the other side there. Hey, I want to shout out really quickly to my friend Jace, but it's Colton. Colton let us use this while we've been working here, and it's been so handy. My wife just loves it. So this is what the fire looks like after a long day of cutting trees. Just look at the embers. That is a serious fire. Peaceful. He's just eating them trees up. Well, this is day 3, and they got a little surprise. I guess that's that big excavator had a baby. Got a skid steer out here, I guess is what it's called. Yeah, it's a crazy looking thing. But what's crazy is that he said yesterday that he said, yeah, I really should have brought my skid steer out here to really do this right. Oh, he just got attacked by bees again.
Oh no, are you kidding me?
So yeah, this whole bee thing has turned out to be a major problem. Jace always took the brunt of it. In this one right here, I was asked to get into the bucket and get up and cut this little branch that's sticking out off. And I hadn't done this very often, so obviously I was nervous. But we got it done. That blade kept twisting on me, so I went from the bottom and then came down from the top, and we finally got it off. But there seemed to be a lot of things that we did that were a bit dangerous. We had the epic bee problem, and then this is a power line that you can see here that Jace is cutting that branch around. And then later you can see Robbie try to get those trees on the other side without hitting the wire. It was a major deal, but somehow nobody got hurt other than Jace. So I thought you might be interested in this part right here. The people, when we first bought the property, showed us this and were so proud of all of her hydrangeas. The problem is there was very little hydrangeas in there, and mostly weeds and trash and just bees and just all kinds of nest and filth and garbage. And I just finally had to bring Robbie in right there to pull it all out. And this is what happens when you don't take care of stuff and you just let it go. You let it grow out of control. Thankfully, we had that skid steer. So 2 big old trees were right here up against this little shed, and they were completely rotted out and about to fall. It's just crazy how big these trees really are. We got to clean all this up and smooth all of this out so that the guy comes to get his boat doesn't get mad and shoot his weapons anymore at us. It's my property, but that boat is his property, and I don't need the problems. By the way, that's the mysterious Jace Harold right there. Mr. Bee Sting himself, covered in stings and still on the job, breaking his own fence. Trying to help a neighbor out and you ruin your own stuff.
What they say, no good deed goes unpunished.
Right? So this is some of the wood that we were able to save for Jace. He has got a little sawmill that he uses for, you know, to build stuff with. He's an amazing, incredible builder. Probably use this for the stop barn to go into making walls for the bathrooms. While we chopped this down, it was over the top of the fence. He tried to cut it and it fell back onto his fence. As you can see, it's broken right there. So actually that worked out great, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this gate here, and people who come and stay at the RV park can be able to walk over to the stomp barn, or even drive their cars and park over there in the stomp barn and go enjoy the show. Okay, you wanna see some crazy stuff. You see that line right there above? That's a very high powered electric line, and he cannot let that tree fall on that, and it's about to fall. He's knocked down 3 trees so far around it to move it out of his way, and so far he hasn't touched it with that. Look at, I mean, it's just crazy how he's just going all around it. Oh my gosh, holy cow, this guy is incredible. It's just incredible what he's doing. So he's trying to force that down and not touch that high line. I don't know how he's doing it. All right, he did that. He's amazing, and I think partly crazy. I think he's got to be partly crazy to do this. Do y'all see? There's less than a foot between that wire right there. Oh, he hit it. He hit it. I think it's okay. I think it survived. Been a long, hard day, but just to give you perspective, this is the 3rd fire that we've got going, and I'm 6'5", and that's at least 2 to 3 feet above my head, and can't even tell you how big that is. And that's the small one. That's our smallest fire pit. That was the big one over there I took a picture of last night. It's insane. I'm here with Robbie Perry of Perry Construction, and he just did all this. And I'm talking in a quick amount of time, like maybe 2.5 days, maybe really if you shrunk it, it's probably just 2 full days. Yeah. That's probably what it is. And he started with this machine right there. Tell me about it, what this is.
That's a SK350, 82,000 pound machine, and it's a man.
Excavator. Gale calls it the dinosaur.
Yeah.
And then you also brought us
skid steer.
Yeah,
299 skid steer with a grapple on it.
And from what I can tell by what he's done here, you've been on the job a couple weeks.
Day and a half.
A day and a half. And then he's still, I don't know if you're going to use this machine in the back.
Yeah.
Okay, he's going to take this and he's going to go, and there's another 1.5 acres back there of a forest.
Yeah.
That's a little bit standing water and he's going to hopefully remove all that water and all that kind of stuff.
I appreciate you, man. Awesome job.
You can just see all of the carnage of all the bees that are laying there dead, but there's still so many more, and you see them coming in and out of that hole right there, which is not good. Still got work to do. So this is the quote-unquote ribbon cutting to the full possession of our home. Today is Sunday the 16th, and we just gonna walk over and open it up, and I just went over and checked and saw if maybe they had left the keys, and indeed they had. So we're gonna do it. So that was our ribbon cutting. Jason is,
Ribbon cutting?
yes. Go ahead, Gale. This place is nasty. They didn't do us any favors at all.
Did you?
Hey, they left this.
I know they left that, yeah.
For me. They love me.
And the weight machine too.
Did they leave those light poles
Yeah, and they left the light poles too. Those big, expensive light poles.
and that furniture?
They left the light poles?
Yeah. Smells like they like weed.
So look at this. Look at oh my. So look at this bedroom.
Look how little that bedroom is. Well, we're back at the property today, and this is the back end of the property. I've taken out the fence. There's a fence all along here. I've taken that out, and we just cut our first tree back here. So this makes 38 trees we've cut onto the property. Jace was able to drop it right onto our fire, but we gotta get the fire going better.
Take it real soon. You know we got what you need, baby. So take it, move along. I said we got what you need, honey. Come and groove along. Come on. Rolling on that highway, you know.
And there's the after.
Mass. Nuclear blast.
So you saw the before, that's the after, and that's just it knocking everything down.
What's that?
He'll clean all that up, but I mean he did that all within about 3 hours. And what he's doing now is he's actually going to the back, pulling everything out, like kind of walking out in essence. And while he's doing that, he's also backfilling and building a pond. So he's right where he's going, right where that over the top of the bucket is, or the bottom of that bucket is Jace's pond, and he's gonna backfill that and create a ridge line up there, and then come out of that and build a big pond on both sides of our property. So the pond will stretch both sides. There you go. Really burning there. Probably 15, 20 feet high. Really going good there. So this is where the pond is going, right there. And that's the house says. So You see how much work he's done here already. So in this part of the video, I wanted to show the resourcefulness of Gale. When we walked into the house, we saw that nothing was done well, including the molding. So Gale found these old pallets. She stained them. Look at that. And voila, we now have beautiful moldings. Look at that. I was really impressed with that. As far as my own resourcefulness, yeah, another problem. We were still having major problems with the yellow jackets, so I couldn't beat them, so I thought I'd burn them. Yeah.
I've never seen anything more redneck in my life. That's it.
That was redneck.
Oh my God.
Did he kiss me? Did the flames catch me?
Close to it.
I felt the warmth.